How do I create separate zip files for each selected file/directory in 7-zip? This is the internal zip packer from totalcommander. However, I want to use my 7-zip packer. When I select 5 files, I get 5 separate zip archives for each selected file. How do I do that in 7-zip?
I am not sure you can do what you are suggesting using the graphical user interface, but you can certainly from the command line. You would need to change directory, the cd command, to the f:\downloads directory first, or whatever directory you would want to perform the mass compression. Also, it is easy enough to substitute in exe or whatever extension you want to filter for to just compress those documents. And the secret decoder ring. %i is a variable that holds the file name for each step in the loop. Dot is the selection criteria. It could easily be exe or similar. 7z.exe is the command line version of 7-zip. %ni, this expands the %i variable to just the file name, no extension. If you wanted to just add the folders for a given directory, the command is a bit more complex as by default for just works with files. We need to feed it some additional information. This works because of a few pieces of what seems like magic. /f tells for to iterate over the expanded value in. Useback tells for that I am going to pass a command and use the output to iterate. The limbs equals ? Tells for that I want to break tokens apart on the ? and illegal character and file names and directories. I only want one token. The /b endir is for bare format, just the name. The /a:\d endir is for restricting the results by attribute, the d is for directories. If you want to encapsulate this inside of a batch file, the only change you will need to make is to double escape the %i variable.
I like Goyox's answer. However, if you are using Windows 7, or have PowerShell installed, and also use the command line version of 7-zip, 7za.exe, then you can run this command. You can also change dir to dir exe to only select executable files. One nice thing about PowerShell is that you are working with objects instead of strings. So you could get really specific if you wanted to. For example, this will only include files that have a CSV extension less than 18,900 bytes in size, last modified on or after July 1, 2011. Edit if you want zip files instead of 7-zip files, use infozipsys.exe instead.
If you need to keep the folder structure, and save each file in its own structure, try this. Save this command in a file with extension bat and put it in the folder you need to zip. Note: Stol deletes the original file, optional, if you only want to keep the compressed file.
I've just been working on exactly this problem, and one of the issues I found was duplication of the folder name within the archive, i.e. when compressing a folder called foo, an archive containing ./foo/fighters.txt is produced instead of just one containing fighters.txt. The answer: therefore is to go into the directory being processed and have the archive appear in the previous root directory, then return to that directory in order to process the next folder. It is also important to have 7-zip ignore existing zip and cmd files within the root directory to prevent them ending up within the archive, hence the x.zip and x.cmd exclusion arguments. This script will also maintain recursive folder structures. The above code should be copied to a batch file such as compress_ders.cmd and run as admin from the directory containing the folders you wish to compress. Hope this helps.